Hello, 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 everyone. How is your Friday freaking going? Are you recovering from digital dealer? If you're a digital dealer, I can't even get it right. I can't even say the words correctly. I don't know about you. I got in around 1 a.m. and I am I'll say a Delta snob. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not afraid to say it. I am a bit of a Delta snob. And so because of that, anyone that had seen the previous episode on Monday knows that I had multiple layovers. People are like, didn't you come from Chicago? Yes, I did come from Chicago, and yes, I had multiple layovers because of it because I love Delta. So on the way home, I was like, okay, oh, this should be a problem. Well, I went from Vegas to Seattle to O'Hare, and that was looking back. I was like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have taken the direct route and ate the bullet and done the direct flight. But it was rough. Yeah, I got in, and when I left, I get to Sky Club, and they proceed to say, hey, by the way, Delta is changing terminals when you get back. I was like, oh, that's different. So anyone that's O'Hare, anyone that flies and is going through O'Hare, Delta terminal now is Terminal 5, which is that's international terminal, so it's very, very weird. But anyways, if I don't know about you, I got home and I was so freaking exhausted. I just collapsed into my bed. And oh, hey, Kevin, your flight was delayed as well. Yeah, it was. Kevin, I was yeah, yes, Delta snob, and Julie has the diamond earrings as well. So yes, I was exhausted this morning. I think throughout digital dealer, I think I was averaging about 2 hours an hour when I was out there. It's so dry. So we're coming in. We're coming a little bit later. And to top it all off, Kevin, you'll love this. Yesterday morning, I'm uploading a bunch of stuff, and I have a Mac, and it comes up that there's malware. I was like, "It's a Mac. Macs don't get malware. What is this crap? Seriously?" And yeah, I full out had malware. So I've been spending most of today over at the Apple Store trying to figure out what's been going on. I think we're good now. So it's very, very good time. So that's what the days since this morning, what's been going on. So that's why we're coming a little bit later today. But I thought about, should I have someone on the show for the best things of digital dealer? And I go, what, I'm going to pass. We'll maybe do that next week. But for me, there's all this amazing technology out there, and that's the first thing. Like, oh, what's the coolest thing? What's the cool little gadget, or what's the best whatever? And it's none of those. I hate to break it to you all. As great as all those products are, as great as all of the services are out there, it's none of that. It is the freaking people. I mean, you get out there, and whether it's the old friends that you've known for a while, or that you feel like you've known for 10 years, i.e. that Kevin, I feel like I've known you forever, even though it hasn't been forever. There's all of these amazing humans in our industry. Yes, exactly, Lindsay. On all accounts, is we have these just awesome, awesome human beings. And as great as the technology is, none of it works if we don't have good human beings in place to service everything. So as I sit there and I talk with Kevin, as I talk with, I threw up a picture earlier, and unfortunately I don't have it up here to show right now, but it was a Kevin and Chad Graves, and Chad and I had the pleasure of meeting this out here at Digital Dealer, and I personally had not met Chad, and it was just, for me, that picture spoke so much, because that was just for me, we have all these awesome, incredible human beings in this industry that do so much and that move this industry forward. And that, my friends, is what this is all about. As great as all this technology is, as great as all the shiny tool is, and the widget and the whatever that is, and they're great. It takes these awesome, brilliant minds to make it, and then say, hey, let's help that person. Let's help that person. Let's help that person. And so I really thought about, okay, yeah, there's some really great tools out there, and yeah, I can go back and help this person, help that person. But you sit there, and Sarah Ceciola, we were all at dinner, and obviously I'm down an arm right now, and no joke, she's like, "Hey, let me help cut your steak." Like it was just like little things like that, or that has nothing to do with the car industry. Those are it's just good humans, and it takes. I mean, you see so many people on social media, and you're like, please don't don't be a dick in real life. please don't be, just be the same person you are, we see on social media. And so many, I mean, some people aren't, don't get me wrong, some people aren't. The majority of people are just really good people. And for me, that was my biggest takeaway from Digital Dealer. And that was the best thing, the best part of Digital Dealer. And so many of these, a lot of conferences, is that you get to reconnect with all these amazing people. And yes, you get to learn, and the content's great. And these incredible humans get up and say and talk about what's so awesome, and how, but it's because of, at the soul, at the core of the human being, they're good people. And they say, all right, how may I help you? And while we all know that there are really, really good softwares out there, really good tools out there, but their customer service sucks, absolutely sucks. Is it just absolutely incredible. And Kevin up here is saying the best thing I saw at Digital Dealer was during a conversation while networking. Paul DeVry's dealer in Holland showed me how he is transforming the website experience. It is about the people. Amen. Amen. Exactly, Kevin. I almost just took out my headphones right there. That would have been a problem. It is. And so, and I saw Paul, I actually, some of these, we have so many great people. And then sometimes I forget to be like, so I know you guys are great, but I actually haven't, I actually even seen a demo of your product. So as Steve Roselle, I go, hey, let me actually see what DriveCentric does. I haven't seen what DriveCentric, I haven't seen the inside of that. And so Paul was actually behind me. It was April and Hannah and then Paul was behind us as Steve was doing the demo of DriveCentric. So yeah, Kevin, that's awesome. And there's Gail Rubenstein. Gail and I have been on so many different podcasts together. And I mean, what she does, she just said, hey, you know what? Here's something of social media. People don't really know like how to get social media started. And she teaches people how to do it in dealerships, like just something as simple like that. And then it's like, hey, there's a need here. And this is here's how I'm going to do it. I mean, so there's all these different tools out there, and being able to meet people that you've seen so many times. And you're like, they're just great people. Whether it's, like I said, Gail, Steve Abicella. Steve, how many times have we had conversations? And then finally able to sit down and talk with Steve in person. And he's just the same person that you see online. He's exactly the same. And obviously, Kevin, I love always talking to you. And Kara, we've done so many fixed ops around tables, and to be able to sit down and actually talk with you. And yeah, it's just so many awesome people. I can't say enough of, and I know I'm going to leave somebody out. I fully aware of that. And I do want to also go back to launching leaders. That was just being able to have the new and old come together. And I want to be very clear, if you're watching this live or later on, cannot emphasize this enough, that did not end at Digital Dealer. Anyone watching this, hearing this, if you need something later on, call us, reach out to us, text us, whatever it may be. If you have a question about anything, just because, it was a lunch or whatever, you can still reach out to us. This is something that's going to continue to go on and on. April and I were talking about it multiple times. It's just something we kept thinking about. Okay, how can we continue to help other people? And that's what, like I said, I know I'm kind of rambling on this a little bit, but that was something that really hit me this morning and last night. I was thinking about, how to wrap this up a little bit, is that there's so much going on, especially in our industry, whether it's the hot topic of a GA4 or GLBA. And these are all kind of scary topics for some people. And they are. And if we can all band together and hold hands and move forward, we can conquer anything. I mean, we really can. So it just was so cool to see so many different people and meet new people and have old friends that new friends that will become old friends as years pass. So yeah, that was my biggest takeaway. I'd love to hear all of yours. And I don't know what there's so many conferences going on. My next conference for me is MRC out in West Palm. It's always, for me, that's another great conference for me. There are so many amazing conferences. That one's a little bit more intimate. You get a little bit more one-on-one contact. Hopefully at that point, I'll have some time to rest and maybe rest my voice a little bit, which will be nice. So, and I do want to apologize. I had said in my Monday episode, we were going to do live content. That just was with one arm. It was just not going to happen. So I do apologize about that. But pending any other injuries, come November, we will do live content at MRC. So I hope that everyone is recovering and you have some time to recover this weekend a little bit. And we will see. We'll circle back next week, and we'll be back on a regular schedule with our guests next week. And everyone, have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. And whatever you did take away from this, I find a lot of times that you write a lot of stuff down, or but then you forget, or like, okay, what was it again? Or it goes into a notebook that you never, ever, ever look at again. You think you're going to, but then you forget. So whatever that nugget was, or whatever it was, go back and bite-sized chunk that out. Go back and say, okay, I'm going to look at this part. I'm going to implement that. But remember to actually go back and do that, because too often there's so much coming at you. It's like a drinking from a fire hose that you forget to go back actually and implement that, or, oh, it's so impactful. And then 2 months later, you're like, I remember something was impactful, but I don't remember what it was. So definitely go back and get some type of cadence to go back and look at your notes, because there's a lot of stuff that's coming at you. So, and with that, everyone, I'm going to sign off and go rest my voice a little bit here. And we'll see everyone next week. And as always, as we continue with all the same thing here, is just find a way to serve everyone. You guys know I'm saying this all the time, but it can be a kind smile. It can be opening a door from someone. With this industry, it can be anything, but just find a way to serve someone today. And with that, everyone, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see everyone next week.